everyone, my name is Carlin. I use she and her pronouns, and I am the community manager for Art with Impact. I am back with another Candid Convo with Carlin. I am pumped for my guest today. She is a fun one. I'm actually going to let her introduce herself. Tell us who you are and a little about yourself.
Hi, I'm Peyton. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a mental health advocate. I have been since I was in high school. I'm currently in university. I'm studying psychology, and it is stressful. I dance, and I don't know. I'm stoked to be here also.
Yay! And that's perfect. So the segue about dance and the idea that we're going to be talking a lot about movement and dance and how that expression has really helped your mental health journey. And so I'm really excited to kind of hear from you as someone who just dances for fun and hasn't really ever thought about it and connected those dots. I think it'll be cool to chat about that. So I am ready to ask my first question.
My dance, I guess, upbringing is kind of different because I didn't actually get the training that like most kids do.
Oh, okay.
Because I was in therapy by the time I was 7, so my mom was like, no, we don't want to put anything more stressful on her.
Wow. Okay. And so then you just found your way.
I found my way.
Yay. Well, let's talk about it. I would love to kind of know more about how dance and expression through moving your body has helped you on your mental health journey.
It's helped in a few ways. For one thing, expression and kind of letting out negative emotions and just the things that are ailing me. They're like, for doing contemporary and hip hop, those are always like the best in my opinion to express with. It's also helped because I took a year to train specifically in ballet and technique, and before I took that year, I had an eating disorder, but when I was finished I had like overcome it. I still struggle with the thoughts here and there, but it was just, dance kind of helped me overcome that, and that's something that I think is pretty cool.
So. That's incredible. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing that with me and with us in our community.
Of course.
I'd love to hear more about like how you mentioned how it helps you release these negative energy and process emotions, and obviously helped you through a really tough experience. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I think the music aspect is a really big part of it, because even if I'm not physically dancing, if I have earbuds in and I'm listening to music, I'll be dancing in my head. And so that's kind of a release. But as for the actual release part, I don't really know how to explain it. It's just
kind of happens.
It kind of happens. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It just happens.
No,
it's just the greatest feeling.
That's awesome. And I feel like it's one of those things, like you mentioned, whether you're just like envisioning it, you're like listening to music and like envisioning this happening, or if you're doing an actual dance, because I've seen through you sharing videos with Art with Impact, you have some incredible like awesome dance with other people.
I don't think it's that great, but thank you.
No, it is. I love it. And I think it's awesome. I think this is such an awesome expression, because we talk a lot about like whether it's like drawing or painting, but like dancing is a really important aspect to that too. So I'm kind of curious with this, so say someone is like not as experienced in dance or hasn't been training the way you have. Do you have any suggestions or tips related to movement or someone's body that might help them during this time, especially such a tough year with the pandemic and how easy it is to kind of get kind of down?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if you don't want to necessarily dance, but you want to get that movement in, stretching is a great way to relieve stress. When I'm studying, if I'm on campus, I'll just break out in the splits on campus and
casual.
Casual. I got to keep my stretching up. I'm actually pretty rusty because I haven't really had time in the past few weeks. But for people who do dance or who have an interest in dancing, who want to try dancing, something that I've like been trying to teach myself with my own choreography and with improv is that there aren't any rules when it comes to dance. Like there are for technique and things like that, and like the little things, but when it comes to choreography and just movement, there's no rules. So just go for it. Just do what feels right.
Yes, and like maybe put on a jam that like makes you feel good, and just like listen to your body.
Listen to your body. Listen to the vibes.
I've been finding myself I've been really struggling during the pandemic, but I found myself like sometimes if I'm like cooking or in the kitchen, I'll throw on music or also in the shower. And I just like find myself feeling better after like just listen, even if I'm just listening and kind of like jamming myself, there's a difference in my mood from before when I wasn't doing that. So
My sister plays music in the shower, but I don't because I know I'll start dancing and I'll get hurt.
okay, be careful. Injury could occur.
I listen to music when I like do my makeup and hair. I
Yeah.
have like specific playlists. I have a RuPaul playlist that I listen to.
Oh, amazing.
I have just like this Go Girl Go playlist, just like
Yes, I love that.
I'm feeling fine afterwards. So
It's like just adding it to your routine, which is really a great tip. I love that. As a mental health advocate, as you mentioned before too, I'm kind of curious, do you have any tips or suggestions to someone if they're in our community watching this and they may be new to being aware of their mental health or maybe also being new to the art making community, what you would suggest in trying to explore that and, you know, get to take care of and be more aware of your mental health? It's a mouthful of a question. Sorry. Just tips.
yeah, well, I mean, it's a really good question actually.
And
Um,
one could be maybe even just a little plug for your show as a resource of just trying to kind of like see what's out there.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a show. It's called it's right here. Um,
I love that.
yeah, it's I've been connecting with just people that I know who have platforms, and I'm just trying to connect the conversation on mental health and ask the questions that people might be a little bit scared to ask. And I'm just like, we need to ask them, why not? And I try and do it in a very positive and gentle way as best as I can. But for people who are new to the community and trying to figure out the what you're taking care of your mental health, I mean, there are a lot of great resources online for sure. I follow a bunch of pages on Instagram that will um, just like for self-care tips and everything. Um, I mean, when we're talking about mental health and starting with your mental health, I guess the first basic thing to focus on is self-care. Because self-care can come in all forms, and it's like dance, there's no rules. So it's like whatever feels right to you will work for you.
Yes, I love that. That's such an awesome.
Reaching out for help when you need it. There's no shame in reaching out. There are people out there for you, specifically for you when you are struggling. So please reach out.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much, Peyton. Do you have anything you want to add? How, if someone is interested in maybe checking out your Deep Talk show, could they do that? And also, yeah, any other last little thoughts about dance or movement?
Well, with my show, you can definitely check it out. It's on YouTube. It's pretty small still. So you can find my Instagram at Peyton Siegs. And it'll be in there or at the Power On Initiative, which is the like my umbrella organization that I'm working on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And small
Which
but
also
mighty. It is still really awesome. I think that's such.
the Power On Initiative on Instagram. It has a bunch of just positive and uplifting quotes, so you can check that out too. And then the link to Deep Talks is in the bio. So yeah, and just with dance, I mean, I love it. I hope to take it further, and I wish, like, I want so bad to just like I want to connect mental health and dance so much, and just put on and just I don't even know how to explain it, but just like bring it into that world and bring it into pop culture.
Yeah, really connect them. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Unlikely connection, like in the way that some people might not naturally put them together, but the way you describe that and how it's changed your life, I really hope that people watch this and kind of give more thought to that. So I really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing your story with us today and for joining me for this casual convo. I'm really happy to have you. And again, for those that are interested in doing a casual or a candid convo with me, I really hope that you will email me at carlin@artwithimpact.org and or slide in our DMs. Either way, we'd love to hear from you. Candid Convos are going to continue to grow. Really excited to have more and more from the community. And again, thank you, Peyton.
Of course. I've had so much fun.
Mhm.
Awesome.